Hey there, this is Niels Beardfoot, and today we are building some mechanical claws from leather. Exact sizing here is very important, so you want to make sure that this part here fits very well on the second joint of your finger. You can put it on the first joint just to make sure, and if it fits around like this, you're just fine. Else you want to scale it up or down. Most likely you will wear a glove underneath, so you want to take this into account when scaling. And here we need a little bit more leather. Then we can transfer it onto our 2.5mm wedge tanned leather and cut out this. Use some round hole punches to get into the deep corners easier. Just to be sure, you want to keep on these areas down here some excess leather. Next we can use our beveler to bevel the edges and punch some round holes with our round hole punch. On this piece here we have to thin out the flesh side of the leather a little bit. Since we have a lot of small pieces that need to be dyed on both sides, I'm using dip dyeing here. For all the very small pieces, you can put them onto a thread to make your life easier. A coat of resist to finish everything up. I also like to put it on the edges to use the moisture for burnishing. And now we can start to assemble everything by sewing. Awesome contact cement. To give these triggers a cleaner look, cut away all the excess, sand them and dye the edges. Each finger is slightly different in size, so we have to also size the leather pieces individual to our fingers. Carefully measure the length that is needed and then cut away until it fits. Unfortunately, I messed up filming for the first joint piece where the sizing is also very important, but it's here they're very much the same. Carefully cut away until it fits perfectly and then sew it. Next we use our screw rivets to put them through the levers as well as the corresponding pieces and screw them together. Between the finger pieces we sew it, and we go here there relatively loosely, go twice through the holes, then make a knot, and that's pretty much it for the moment. The sizing, especially the length of the screw rivets, is for this project very much important. If you happen to get just shorter ones, you may want to thin out the leather a little bit on these areas. It already works, but relatively stiff, so there are some things we have to do now. We want to harden the pieces, and therefore we go for some hot water and put them in there for around 20 minutes. Then take them out, let them set for around 30 minutes, and then we put them in the oven. When you harden in the oven, be sure to not go over 60 degrees Celsius and make sure the leather has no direct contact with metal. When you take them out of the oven, they should still be relatively moist and their joints completely blocked. So we have to get them loose by carefully moving everything here and there, and even cut the sewing between the joints that we did so far. This way we can get to the full range of motion, and that is what we need. Why sew it in the first place? Well, this way we make sure that the individual pieces fit well together. After all the moving parts move very smoothly, we can re-sew it. Don't make the sewing too tight, and be sure to keep the knots close to the center of the finger itself. And after drying, they are ready for use. Note that on the thumb, the range of motion is smaller since the thumb is simply missing a joint. Also for the pinky and the thumb, I made the claws a little bit shorter with one joint less. And this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. This build is actually quite difficult. There are quite a few smaller things that can be a problem because you get a lower range of movement. If you have this problem, you want to check if the rivet length fits, if the sewing is probably too tight, and if the knots may block the movement itself. Be sure to check out this pattern as well as my others on my shop, and see you guys next time. Have a great day!